These are the best highlights from the matchup between Top Esports and Rare Atom during the 2024 LPL Summer split.
Blue buff, if Asum and Jue hadn't been fast to the roam, it could have been pretty ugly indeed, and you can see that's exactly why Jackie and Mako was so aggressive stepping forward. Speaking of which, a flash on in from Jue, was Jackie very low, gets to Arcane Shift away, but Tien still here, means that the stun on Jue makes him a very squishy target. Can't quite get the kill with the takedown. 369 on the 1v2 top side. First blood still to Xiaoshu.
Xiaoshu gets the kill.
Magic damage equal to a percentage of people's maximum health, basically, over time.
Over time, so there you go. That was the DOT. You hit people with multiple abilities, they get to burn down after that point. Skarner, this champion does it all, apparently. Anyway, we've got dragons and grubs spawning, so Vikla, level 6, needs to be a little bit careful. If he takes too hard of a trade, won't be able to contest. Mako jumping forwards.
Nice crash down. Jue will get the double shattering strike, but some damage is still pretty good, and Tien can look for the spear! Oh, it's too easy. She's waddling around. There's no mobility.
Hasn't been able to massively out-farm Xiaohao so far. Xiaohao's been doing well at maintaining that. Xiaohao is off vision, does have ult. 369 can get CC'd.
Oh, they missed the Q. The flail, sorry. Didn't quite land it properly. Still going to get the permafrost. Can potentially go towards the death one, but it's not going to matter. And Xiaohao gets the kill.
And I think he does end up landing the flail even for success. Where he might just be ahead of the Mordekaiser for the rest of the game now.
And this isn't a farm to 6 Sejuani. It's been, I'm going to look in mid lane at level 3. I'm going to go top multiple times. You've got set up for the Sejuani, and we saw it all of last year for OMG. If you can double up with a melee champion, you can do things like this. It gets even easier at level 6, because you can just lock people down forever and ever.
Getting themselves a grouping towards the bot side of the map, and Xiaohao going to come down with ultimate. Xiaohao really has had a strong early game. He has been the player of the early game for me so far.
Yeah, and that's, again, after things got a bit tricky. Vikla does get the Q.
Arrow.
Yarrow comes down, lands onto Mako. That could be pretty good. Solid combo afterwards. The CC is foul. I don't care how tanky you are. The Q3 misses, though, alongside the Glacial Prison. It's all well and good if you can hit your abilities. Flash away keeps him alive for now, but now Top Esports can maybe look to turn around Creamo and Valkyrie forwards, though, meaning that he could maybe be going out of date a little bit faster and cannot get the kill. Vikla gets the soul and bound, and the shield is ridiculous. He finally falls, but it's still a 2-for-1, and that's where Rare Atom missing a few skill shots at the end of him from the Skarner. It is going to be the 5v5.
Okay, so here comes Xiaoshu, has the flash, has himself the Ixtal's impact, and the Herald's going down.
Gonna go down, stolen by the Nidalee. Tien gets on in there. After there comes the Fate Sealed into the Q3 is solid onto Jackalibus to back away. The damage is huge, but now 369 can pull people into the death realm. Trying to get away will be a 1-for-1 for now. The damage afterwards, pretty cool to Xiaohao to back away. Big damage back though as Vikla gets a huge Q3, and the follow-up from Asum, who can begin to auto all the world on 30,000 arrows, and down goes the entirety of Top Esports.
Asum dies to a final javelin toss, but it is still the 2-for-4 who's still alive. Sometimes people have come back from the River Styx.
That was where we were
Anyway,
at.
Top Esports, they summon that Herald towards top lane, trying to break open the full health side lane turret.
Okay, breathe for a moment here, and he's not in this game, but it's still been finding a little bit more violence on our screens. 2 members top. Asum going to throw up the arrow to try and help contest this one. Follow that one. Lands onto Tien. Potentially pretty valuable here. They can get the crash down afterwards into the Impale. But Tien in a difficult spot. Magnustorm after is good. They will kill the Nidalee. But the damage afterwards is huge. As Corki lands another rocket, and they'll get the turret, and 369 survives.
Tien somehow takes Tara within the LPL. How
That is
insane
bad.
is that? What a moment to celebrate a legendary player of the world.
It's not going to be miles off 10,000 at some point. Vikla in danger here, and Mako's not there, but the team will be celebrating for him by getting a kill in the top lane.
Vikla there, which is that, yes, Yone does damage, so does 369, so you gotta be careful of both of them, but now we have to teleport towards top side. Vikla's getting to recall, will regen to full and join his team.
Tien now a known quantity, down to about half HP. This will be the fight on incoming. Mako misses the Zenith Blade, and Jue into the backline, into the Impale on many members. They'll come flying on through, claiming 2 jungle down, but the follow-up damage can be pretty big. The rocket belt goes on down, and the darkness is rising. Cream throwing rocket after rocket after rocket. Xiaoshu misses his rocket. His boulder, I apologize. His Cream goes over the wall. The damage back is just too much, and the extended damage and the Baron secured by Cream's Phos Bomb. They get a couple, and it just doesn't matter.
No, Xiaohao gets the Baron, but at what cost? It's gonna be Top Esports walking away with the kills, with everything, but Xiaohao He'll die as well. It is an absolute disaster around the Baron pit. Rare Atom, they all in. They think they find themselves the moment with it, but they use so many ults for it that Cream and Jackie get to keep walking forwards. Cream on this build, the great thing about Corki is that you get more rocket cooldown, the more champion autos you get. You get so many rockets in this fight too.
Just the Baron additional damage in the and the resist shred means that they just lose so much HP in the back end of this. And they're going to get at least this tier 2 here. So they did get Baron, so it does spare some of the blushes. And they'll claim
pushed in the early game by LNG recently, and then by RA again here. Ult coming through, hits.
Ooh, big chunk then on to some more. 369 rolling a 3. Doesn't get much opportunity to roll anything else, honestly.
Yeah, he's rolling in his grave currently. 40 seconds down, Rare Atom. They still have the one Baron buff they can keep pushing in.
And apparently they're still going to get huge value out of this. The fight at Baron, not really phasing them here as the shove comes on through. They will expose the inhibitor. Won't get too much more as Jackie Love. Just get a chunk onto Assume though, and that puts him in a very precarious position as Cream lands a rocket afterwards. Solar Flare.
Xiaoxu could teleport in still. Vikla ulting away. Blows that one for free. Dragon coming up.
They get those tier 2s, they expose the inhibitor, and that's pretty valuable in and of itself outside of gold values.
We're getting to the point now where 369 is about to get a Randuin's on top of everything else. Once he gets that, maybe the conversation changes. I think he's still going to get blown up pretty bloody quickly. The question is, will it be still to the conversation which a lot of people had about Mordekaiser back in 2020? Well, he might be going back into history again.
Huge chunk on a 369 who can summon someone towards the Death Realm and does get a big indestructible proc to bring his HP back to a nominal high point. Not much more Vikla can do. Big Magnet Storm afterwards does a lot more work. Those Cream will Valkyrie through, but the Permafrost is there, and the QSS was a little early. Means he doesn't actually immune all the CC he's hoping for. Mako low, will Zenith Blade towards his doom, and a tier 2 goes falling on down.
Yeah, but Jackie Love's full HP, has Cleanse, has Flash. I think he can still keep fighting here. Assume, I don't think he can stay.
Gonna step on forward, needs to be a little bit aware of the slows. And body blocked by Xiaohao should be okay to retreat. They are still trying to do what they did at the Baron bit, which is keep up the continual DPS.
I was sat there thinking, look, I've seen E-flashes for less opportunities before. Jackie, a very, very difficult position. And it's hard to get through the front line at this point. You do have a Warden's Mail on Mako. 369's tanky too. You can't kill them very easily. The arrow lands, but that's just not the target you want.
Xiaohao taken pretty low, but into the back line goes Vikla, who's tanky, but not that tanky. Now Xiaohao in danger. Does not get the opportunity to regen with his Warmogs and goes down.
And just as we saw, just as we said from the draft, you're blocking at full AD. If you don't smash early game, these tanks are going to be unkillable. The Leona is a tank. I don't care that they haven't built steel caps. The Eclipse is enough. Full AD into that is so painful. Top Esports, they buy enough time with the ultimates, well, with the damage turnaround, from
known quantity again. Mako warding to try and stop this one out. So will be a big deal. Jackie Love immediately cleanses the Glacial Presence. Xiaoxu to the backline. Dragon still secured. Does get the Impale, but it's only onto 369. Mako finally falls, surely. It's a decent fade sealed into the backline, but there's no real follow. Cream down to about half HP from it. 369 coming out of the death with a massive obliterate. And the darkness rises once more. And it turns out that sometimes the villains just win.
And it is so hard for Rare Atom to kill off the carries. It's been a valiant effort, but Rare Atom will be left wanting, and they'll be left trying for a Game 2 victory.
It was looking like if they could keep up the CC chains and keep attacking those tier 2s, Rare Atom could be in a brilliant spot. But no, 4 items on Cream, a little bit of armor on Mako, and suddenly all the worries, all the concerns begin to rear their heads. A Hex Soul and a Baron are the crown jewels on top of everything else as Tien will pounce on top of the Sejuani. It'll be bacon for breakfast and a Game 1 victory today towards Top Esports.
Mako dropped the ward, which ended up sealing one of the parts of that game. They make sure they just highlight Mako as well. 9,000 LPL. It feels like Joy needs to do an awful lot. I think Joy's done okay this summer so far. With Top Esports, I feel like they have a much better tank front line. And I feel like
very low with a solid combo there from Vikla, but the return damage also pretty good, so ends up being just big chunks from both players.
You can see that Vikla's used all of his pots already. He has biscuits, Cream hasn't. 369 doesn't have level 3 right now, hits it, but this is still a level 3 Xin Sao. Xiaohao trying to impact the early game again.
Red buff and ignite, and then level 4 now for Xiaoxu could get very scary. Xiaohao trying to buy some safe. The W gets on, but no one's taken turret aggro, and that means the W means nothing. A flash away, and beautifully managed by Rare Atom.
Oh, so sick from...
Like, we'll hold on to that. that as a W does come on through. There's Q3 available, and TN over the wall can definitely look to jump on Xiaoshu, who doesn't have an ignite, does have a flash, manages to get some distance away, but the ward goes down. Flashes on him with the burning coming on down. Might be able to back away, but a flash and a Q3 should secure the kill. No, it goes wide. Oh my goodness, misses the Electro Harpoon. That could put Xiaoshu in a difficult position. Q lands again. Another Electro Harpoon. There is the tunnel. A knock up afterwards, and it's just not far enough for Xiaoshu to run.
Oh, Tien still had the flash. He was dead to rights. It was just how much damage he could do before he went down to Xiaoshu. Despite getting that first blood, can't end up getting himself a laning state to survive the next kind of phase of those minions crashing into the turret. Xiaohao is going to get the dragon on the bot side, but Top Esports immediately recognize the top lane issue and respond in kind.
Well, as you said, we traded for dragon, of course. Part of that's just trying to find a good back time when you've gone for the ignite and not anything like a teleport to allow you to... Right?
I don't know, Sam. I don't play Elden Ring. I'm going to have to trust you on that one.
Yeah,
all I've seen is let me solo her. The dude with a jar on his head doing monstrous things in boss fights.
So you know that they've actually done... Actually, we'll have to hold on to that.
Let me solo assume.
Yeah, I don't think it's a solo. It's a 2v1. That is absolutely not the way that works. And they've got a few more items I think he does. It's Cream in mid lane. Also in a 1vx and falls apart. And that one... I say Vikla was donated to kill. It's actually the Xin Xiaohao, proving to be pretty obnoxious into a relatively squishy team comp of RA.
So Xiaoshu's roamed up. He's chosen not to go towards bot turret. Rare Atom really want this Herald. It would be a way to break up in mid lane versus the Ash Varus, who are so oppressive. Speaking of oppressive, Jackal have continued to be so, firing out those arrows onto key targets again. RA need to get out of this choke point. It's so dangerous.
Some cleanses. That means that one's not fantastic. 369 rooted up, but he's not exactly taking any damage from that CC afterwards. In goes Xiaohao into the Crescent Guard, and that's the combo they're looking for. Calling the coordinates, and the artillery strikes come flying on down. A 2-for-1 right now. The fight afterwards pretty ugly to follow, as they'll get some more damage onto Cream, who goes down as well. 369 tanky. Fourth shot will secure another, and it will still be currently that 4 for the side of RA, and they cannot secure Mako at the end of it all. And they only lose 2, make that 3 in trade.
Much less impactful game. Joy on the flank angle though.
Have the Cassandra coming on down, but so is the Rumble. So 369 and Xiaoshu here to play. Herald comes flying on through, as does the arrow. This one goes wide. Dway, a known quantity, going to go for the engage. Gets 2. Huge moments. The flash is coming on through, but they cannot get as much damage back as they were wanting. Mako still dies. That one sucks a little bit for him, but now the follow-up could be pretty good. Cream in the middle of some spiraling despair. 369 flashes on out. The Chains of Corruption land, and Vikla taken pretty low, but not down. They will get the 1 kill, but nothing more, alongside a fair number of summoners.
And Cream once again can't quite find his angle in time. The problem is that much after it.
No, towards the top lane we go. Oh, Xiaoshu, that's not a fantastic equalizer, and I think it's more of a subtraction right now, namely of his health bar.
However, this does leave open that mid lane turret, which we said was important to Top Esports. So Top Esports...
Now he's got the Banshee's Veil as well. That initial pick CC that he's been so worried about will be a lot harder to mitigate now. Of course, you've got ways to pop it. Not yet on either of those spell shields. Dway on a good flank again.
Yes, he does have no flash though, makes it much harder. 369 holding the door closed, can use his footwork. Yes, he does. Cream, look at the damage from that. Just 2 autos onto Assume. Take a third of his HP.
Ability to retreat out of the pit, somewhat limited for a number of their members. There comes the equalizer. Baron secured though, so the cruel and unusual geography not working out that badly so far. They'll lose the Ash early on. 369 goes all out, but it only drags him into the pit because just footwork over it towards a teammate.
Xiaohao keeps going.
Gonna try and get down the Crescent Guard. That will deny some people. Tian now a known quantity over the wall by those Krugs. 369 avoids the 4th shot with another footwork. And the Severing Bolt comes on through, but really all his cost him is a member and a flash.
Tien might even be able to hop over the wall. Xiaohao has no ult. Tien, yeah, he's still pretty strong with this Rek'Sai, especially if the other person's at half HP. Top Esports, they walk away with a Baron on 4 people. They only lose it on Mako. Mako doesn't even flash, so I think that's completely fine for him the next fight. Tien spotted. He's gone too far now.
He has a little bit, and the Deadly Flourish afterwards will be pretty good. Remember, this Jin at this point at 2.5 items can still do quite a lot of work. They'll get another member. 369 has come on in, but that means he's now in a 3v2. Jackie loses Spell Shield, needs to back away. Remember, he has no flash. Teleported in to be a part. Has also joined, backs away from that devastating fire, and the Grim Visage will force Jackie Love to back away.
So surprised that Cream couldn't find a big knock-up angle there. Go for the big sweep. He's so powerful. Cream, you could just end the game right now.
Gonna land onto Vikla. That's huge! Game's gonna just get blown wide open as the retreat from Rare Atom is immediately punished. And Mako lands the arrow. You know what that means? Check the power levels. He's over 9,000 assists.
We finally get it. Mako hitting himself a huge milestone in his LPL career in this series. In game 1, he hit over 9,000 career assists, and he hits another arrow to keep that checking ever forward. Top Esports, it hasn't been an explosive game where the game just ends up going from team fight to team fight, but they've been disciplined, they've been calm, and they've put RA to the sword here as Rare Atom.
And it's not like Rare Atom haven't made plays, haven't had moments in the game where the on-screen skirmishing's been solid, but you just look at the wider map state, it's been so hard, and then you start to see stuff like this as the gold lead really begins to rear its head. That's your engage, that's your front line. It's made of paper.
Mako makes it happen, looking like he's more from our hometown than he is from China, because he's making himself look like Robin Hood of Nottinghamshire. Robin of Locksley hits the arrow beyond Jway, manages to get Xiaohao down. Dragon's gonna go down as well. After the Baron, things have fallen apart for Rare Atom. The overstay in the top
Line eviscerated by, incidental poke damage.
Yeah, I don't think they've got much of an option about that. I think at this point, that choice has been taken away from 3 lanes of push. Tien can do this, and it's another snipe!
Oh no! All the world on one arrow. Most likely another assist for Mako. Xiaohao throw down the crescent guard, but we've talked about pear-shaped, and that crescent is being broken to something a little less perfectly circular. To relearn pie a little bit later, because it feels like TOP Esports have been able to eat all the pie they want. They are greedily fed, especially in the mid lane. A 6k individual lead. Cream finds another shuffle. They'll get a few more kills, and they'll end the game in pretty dominant fashion. 2-0 for them and Rare Atom. Oh, Rare Atom, they are now going to be holding their hands and praying to whatever.
These were some of the best highlights from the 2024 LPL Summer Split matchup between TOP Esports and Rare Atom. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.